Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. So first of all guys, can we all turn and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello! Hello! And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find my heart center, left hand on our lap and close our eyes. Okay, and when we're ready, we can open our eyes, come back to the room. Next, we'll do our stretching sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we'll begin by stretching up, high to the sky, high as we can. And then let's go down low, touch our toes. And next we can go back up high. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? Do a little wave. And then back down. Let's give our arms a shake. Hands on hips. A little wiggle. Stop. Another little wiggle. Stop. We'll go forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards, forwards, backwards. Stop. Round and round. Round and round. Stop. And then we can go back the other way. And stop. And to finish, we'll do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So who can remember what we've been learning about in math recently? Volume. Excellent. Volume. Volume. How do we spell volume? Can we remember? V-O-L-U-M-E. Volume. Who can remember what does volume mean? When we talk about the volume of something, we're talking usually about liquid, like water. But what does volume mean?
How much of something?
How much of something? Excellent. So I'll write that in brackets so we can remember. H-O-W. M-U-C-H. O-L-U-M-E. F something SOMETHING. Volume means how much of something.
How much of something?
Excellent. And in our last lesson, we had two different volumes and we looked at them to decide which was greatest and which was smallest. Does anybody remember what that was? Beginning with C. Comparing. Comparing volume. COMPARING. Comparing volume.
Comparing volume.
Okay, so I will draw two containers. Container A. Container B. Very good. So let's see. Does anybody remember when we're at the top of the container? What's that called? Not volume.
Capacity.
Capacity. I almost said it. At the top of the container is the capacity. So we will say the capacity of each container is 1,000 milliliters. And for now, for the first example, we'll do both containers the same size. 1,000 milliliter capacity. So what will halfway be?
500 milliliters.
500 milliliters. And at the bottom?
0 milliliters.
0 milliliters.
250 milliliters. 750 milliliters.
Excellent. For the example, we don't need to do the marks in between. So say for instance, container A, what is the volume of container A?
250 milliliters.
Excellent. What is the volume of container B?
100 milliliters.
So which container has the greater volume, A or B?
B.
B. You can see the level of liquid in container B, 500 milliliters. The level of liquid in container A, 250 milliliters. So we can see that container B has the greater volume. Which container has the smaller volume? A. Let's do another example. Now, which has the greater volume, A or B? A. What's the volume of container A?
750 milliliters.
What's the volume of container B?
500 milliliters.
So, which has the greater volume?
A.
Which has the smaller volume?
B.
Excellent, guys, well remembered. But now, I will change it slightly. The capacity of container A will stay the same, 1,000 milliliters. However, container B capacity, 2,000 milliliters. So halfway now will be 1,000 milliliters. Here will be 1,500 milliliters, and here, and always at the bottom, empty, 0. We always start with 0. So now, are the containers the same capacity?
No.
No. Now they're different capacity. The capacity of A, 1,000 milliliters. The capacity of B.
2,000 milliliters.
So now, let's have a look at the volumes. Container A. Container B. Which container has the greater volume? B. But why B? Because the water level is higher in container A. Why does B have the greater volume?
Is 1,000 milliliters.
Yes. Excellent, guys. Well figured out. We can see the water level is higher in container A, but container A only has a capacity of 1,000. The water level is halfway in container B, but container B has a bigger capacity. It's double. So you did the right thing. We look at the measurements. Container A, what's the volume?
750 milliliters.
Container B, what's the volume?
1,000 milliliters.
So which has the greater volume?
1,000 milliliters.
B has the greater volume. Which has the smaller volume? A. Even though the water level is higher, we need to look at the measurements. So let's do one more. Now, container A, how many milliliters?
1,000 milliliters.
So what can we say also about container A? Now it's full. Now it's full to capacity. Remember our word? Capacity means to the top, full. And if the water level in container B is no. So which container has the greater volume now?
Same.
Excellent. The same. But how is it the same? Container A is full. Container B is only half full.
Container B is capacity is 2,000 milliliters.
Excellent. The capacity of container B is double container A. So when container B is half full, it's the same volume as container A. Now here, can you see what's the volume of container A?
1,000 milliliters.
1,000 milliliters. What's the capacity, the volume of container B?
1,000 milliliters.
Excellent. So they're the same. You understand, guys?
Yes.
Excellent. Round of applause. Well done. That was a brief recap of the previous lesson where we looked how to compare volumes. And it's important to remember that we need to check the measurements on the sides of each container so we know how much each container holds. So now we're going to move on and we're going to look more at how to compare and measure volumes. So we can all turn to the TV screen and we'll look at the video and the PowerPoint presentation. So turn your chairs slightly, guys, to the TV screen. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the video and the PowerPoint presentation about how to measure volume and capacity and also how to compare the different volumes. It's something we're going to look at again soon. But first of all, it's time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. begin by placing our hands on our head. Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. We'll do it one more time and we'll do it quickly. Are you ready? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And to finish, we will go into a little ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump! Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So now we're going to look at the different volumes inside the container and what we can call them. So this time we're not going to be worried about milliliters. We're just going to look at the amount of volume inside each container and what we can call them. So first of all, the container. How much water is in the container now? 0. So what can we call the container when there's 0 water or liquid?
Empty.
Empty. The container is
Empty.
empty. How do we spell empty? M P T Y. Empty.
Empty.
The container is empty. Yes, we don't need to look at how many milliliters anymore because we know the container is empty. So I will draw another smaller one here for reference. E M P T Y. Empty.
Empty.
Okay. Now it has water inside. Capacity, excellent. But what's another word when the glass, the jar, the bottle, any type of container is capacity? We can say it is excellent, full. The container is F U L L, full. The container is full. Yes, you see, the container is empty.
Empty.
The container is empty.
The container is empty.
The container is full.
The container is full.
I'll use black again. Empty.
Empty.
Full.
Full.
And this time, there is less liquid in the container. We will say, let me draw red for this. I think that's about right. It's not empty. It's not full.
It's half.
It's half.
Full.
Half full. How do we spell half?
H-O-F.
H A L F. And then full.
F-U-L-L.
F U L L. The container is half full.
The container is half full.
The container is empty.
The container is empty.
The container is full.
The container is full.
The container is half full.
The container is half full.
Excellent. Okay. Empty.
Empty.
Full.
Full.
Half full.
Half full.
Now we have two containers. Container A, container B. We can use two words to describe which is the bigger and smaller volume. Can you think the words beginning with M? This has more. Excellent. M O R E. This container has more water. This container has not more. Excellent. L E S S. Less. You can see the level of liquid or water is higher in this container. So we can say this container has more water. This container has less water. Okay, so these are our 5 types. You notice now we're not using milliliters or liters. We're just looking at the containers and we can tell. This container is empty. This container is full. This container is half full. This container has more water. Has more water. This container has less water. You understand, guys? Okay? Well done. Round of applause. We hope your students enjoyed the brief boards exercise to learn about the different amounts of volume in a container. Ready again, guys? Empty. Full. Half full. More. Less. And that now brings us on to our worksheet activity. So what you need to do, teacher, is print off a worksheet, one per student in your class. Have your students write their name at the top of the worksheet, and then they have to look at the 4 sentences and they have to decide which of our keywords fits best for each sentence. The keywords are all at the top of the worksheet again in red. So we'll do the first one together. This one. The bottle is empty of water. There's no water inside the bottle. So we say the bottle is empty of water. And then there are 4 sentences. We can use each of our 5 words in the sentences. Students need to look at the volume or level of water and decide which word fits best. So give your students around 10 minutes for this activity. And if they have any questions or need any help, assist them. Welcome. Pat? Lakau? Pangpon? Okay. Prel,
Thank you, teacher Wei.
Chu,
Thank you.
you're welcome back home. You're welcome. So first of all, guys, what do we need to do at the top? Write our names. And then look at your containers, or in this case, they're called, it's the bottles, and decide which word fits best with each sentence. And then at the end, we'll practice speaking together. Excellent. This one is going to be half full. And in sentence number 4, you're asked to compare. Sentence number 4 is more or less. You see, water, no water in the bottle. So, ready? The bottle is empty of water. That's right. How about this one? You see? Okay, Chu. Excellent. You see? Empty. The bottle is empty of water. But how about this one? Have a look at the container on the board. Half full.
Half full.
Yes. Excellent, Ned. So bottle A, does that have more or less? Which one has more? Which one has less? So bottle A has less. So that means bottle B has more. Excellent. The bottle is empty of water.
The
Bottle is half full of water.
The
Bottle is full of water. Bottle A has less water, but bottle B has.
more water.
Excellent. Okay.
The bottle is empty of water. The bottle is half full of water. The bottle is full of water. Bottle A has less water. Bottle B has more water.
Excellent.
The bottle is empty of water. The bottle is half full of water. The bottle is full of water.
Bottle A has less water, but bottle B has more water. Excellent. Ready, Nick? The bottle is empty of water. Excellent. The bottle is half full. Half full of water. Excellent. The bottle is full of water. Bottle A has less. Bottle B has more.
Hammer.
Excellent. Sure. Let's have a look. The bottle
The bottle
is empty
is empty
of water.
of water.
Excellent. The bottle
The bottle
is half full
is half full
of water.
of water.
The bottle
The bottle
is full
is full
of water.
of water.
Bottle A
Bottle A
has less.
has less.
Bottle B
Bottle B
has more.
has more. Bottle A
Excellent.
has less.
Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity and enjoyed figuring out the pictures and what word fits best to complete each sentence. So, ready guys? We'll speak together. The bottle is empty of water. Number one, empty. Number two, the bottle is half full of water. You can see halfway, half full. But number three, the bottle is full of water. And the final one, bottle A has less water, but bottle B has more water. Excellent guys, well done. And that's the end of today's lesson. We hope you've enjoyed it, had fun, and also found it interesting. And we'll see you again soon for the next one. So can we all turn to wave and say goodbye to our friends? Goodbye. Bye bye. See you again soon.